Against this right back, Charlie, definitely. Against this right back, Charlie, definitely.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on.
There's always that active when defending. I think it's like. There's always that active when defending. I think it's like. There's always that active when defending. I think it's like.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on.
Are we live? Another day, another live stream. People deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for joining me each and every time. As usual, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and where it obviously applies, good night. I hope you're doing well and safe. I hope this week's been kind to you. I hope you and your loved ones are in good health, and where your goals, hopes, dreams, ambitions, and aspirations are concerned, I hope you're having the best of times. As usual, appreciate you lot for tuning in. Please make sure we're subscribing, we're getting our conversations in and talking points. We're hitting the like button. Every like helps boost the engagement, and we keep chugging along to 50,000 subscribers. Don't forget to follow on Twitch. In addition to this Twitch, in relation to this stream that's on YouTube and Twitch, we go live at 4:30 on Twitch to play Football Manager, and obviously an hour before kickoff, 6:30, we're back where watch-alongs are concerned. I've been missing for a hot minute with watch-alongs, man, and I can't lie, I ain't gonna lie, I've been enjoying myself, but like I've been seeing certain comments and it's making me feel upset. It's like, oh, we missed you, DG, this, that, and the third. It's a Mazzolini, man. It's a Mazzolini. So yeah, make sure you've hit your like button, you set your reminders, even if you're not gonna be there. Appreciative to the 11 people, 10 excluding myself, who have done that. So yeah, one love to you lot, man. Big up my bro, see you in Carnival. I appreciate that. Come on, my killie, man. Again, the love you lot were showing, man, in Carnival, it's lit, man. It's lit. Shout out. I'm gonna heart my thing, but you get me. Shout out to you lot. I think obviously I got a lot of love, and I have to appreciate it, man. You lot run the streets, man. And there's one comment I remember just being waved off the red F, and the guy was like, "DG, you're going to the top 2 mil subs, and I was like to him, bro, with people with people like yourself, I can leaves, man. I appreciate that. Again, while I want to talk about or look at, what Arteta said in relation to Aston Villa, the Saka news, Tielemans, this and that. 200 likes, we look at the transfer news, people. But yeah, man, get your talking points, etc., in. One love to you lot, man, that are tuned in. Alan, shout out to you, Tans, AM, come on, Killies, them, Dylan, appreciate you, my guy, Max, come on, everybody, man, appreciate that. My voice is slowly but surely coming back, man. I'm feeling like myself again. On Saturday, it's gone again, and then it's gone on the 10th of September again, and then everything is over. We're back to fully focusing. Because we need a winger, not that deep. What do you mean? Why not just pay the 21.5 for Danilo while Arsenal is penny pinching? I hear you. I see why it'd be frustrated, but I don't think it's a thing with the price tag, man. I don't think Palmeiras want to let Donny go, and they're sitting on a gold mine. Apparently, he was the only player based in Brazil when he did get called up to the Brazilian team. Everyone else is playing in Europe to get called up. Obviously, they're sitting on a gold mine, moving to Europe now and adjusting to a new team and all of that could either harm or enhance his World Cup chances. Obviously, if he signs for Arsenal and everyone's fit, he looks wavy. But do I know you're necessarily going to start right now ahead of Xhaka, Partey, etc.? You know, in the short, medium, and long term, it makes sense to sign my man, especially because we've allegedly wanted to look at him. But you know, for him and Palmeiras, it could be worth, unless there's a serious opportunity and money that can't be refused, staying there, playing well, going into the December World Cup, and in January or next summer, you could sell him for whatever you want. What I would say, Danilo's not the same, but when you find yourselves with the Danilos, with the Pedro Netos, and all of these sort of guys, I'm not saying zang yourself, but you've got to pay the money in it. It's not every time we're gonna see Zinchenko halfway out the door at City or Jesus a year left. Fantastic opportunity to exploit on the market. Big up Arsenal. If you want the players, you have to make them available or do your due diligence. You know, did Southampton necessarily want to sell Van Dijk? Money they can't refuse. Did at the time, I know it didn't work out. Did Leicester want to sell Maguire? Probably not. Money talks, people. I don't, again, the fees are different. I don't know if Wolves wanted to sell Jota. Liverpool came in and gave them an offer. Evidently, they can't refuse, really. Again, I'm not saying go overboard, but Aston Villa didn't want to sell Grealish. Offers. I'm not saying go mad, but when it comes to wavy players, good players, and when you look at Pedro Neto, and who did I say before, Danilo, there's a lot of upside. You know, they tie into what we have in it. They tie into the Jesuses, the Zinchenkos, the Sakas, Martinelli, Smith Rowe, Odegaard, etc. Fabio Vieira when he gets playing, guys that can help us short term, guys that can grow in the medium term, and obviously long term, try to help us get trophies, get back to where Arsenal need to be. But you can't sit here and escape it. Resale value is a thing, really and truly. You know, Hazard always had a dream to go to play for Real Madrid. He used to say that from his days at Lille, where we was linked with him. Chelsea bought him, obviously won 2 trophies there, helped them. Obviously, it's not really working for him at Madrid at this moment, but he wanted to go reinvest that, and that might be the scenario. If I play devil's advocate, Zinchenko, I'm exaggerating probably with Zinchenko, but where Jesus and Odegaard are concerned, if they've got a lot of potential and things, but if they were where their potential could take them at this moment in time, they probably wouldn't be at Arsenal Football Club. So that's something to consider. But I don't know all the variables going on behind the scenes, really, where that's concerned, man. Missed opportunity this season. If we don't get a centre mid, hopefully they pull it out. Amen. Mohammed, one love, my killie. I say we get Tielemans, Danilo, and take a risk on Mudruk, roughly 68 million, and we got depth. I don't know, though. Like, have we got that bread to spend? What was the budget? Because I have to imagine a significant part of the budget was obviously spent already. Maybe we thought we'd raise some funds with outgoings. Obviously, Torreira didn't really bring no bread. We probably got some loan fees where Pepe and Maria are concerned, and obviously took some of the burden off us and let them control some of the wages. But we ain't really done much in the market in terms of bringing in P's, really. And, you know, obviously we exploited it with Jesus. We exploited it with Zinchenko. Tielemans, year left on his deal. You hope we get over the line. Pedro Neto, for me, is dream chasing. Would love to be wrong, but it's probably too late now, isn't it? For me, I want a right winger and centre mid. I was actually looking at my Snapchat stories today, people, and I've been asking for a midfielder for a year, blood. Where is it? So you know I'm not capping. Can you not see? Obviously, you can see the sexiness and that. Pre the Insta. Oi, wavy. Shout my guy Tyler. Oh yeah, there it is. I don't even know if you lot can see it there. Yeah, you can. I wanted a midfielder for time. Yeah, man. And at the time, it was obviously Owl and Party whenever this came out. But that must be over a year ago, really. So, yeah, you lot that follow me on social media, you know, I want a midfielder. And I think we need a winger. You know, Saka's gone on almost, he's coming up to 20 odd hours, I saw, without scoring. Big up Saka, he's young. It's about, and obviously he can do better. He needs to do better. But this is what we need, isn't it? Like, Saka can finally be a young man. Obviously, things have happened quickly for Saka at England level, for Arsenal. You know, all these things and things like that. But we need to shoulder the burden on these young lads. As I said last season, it's testament to them, the Smith Rowes as well, Martinelli here and there, and the poster boy Saka. But it's also damning on the club that these young 20-year-olds that have been in the first team for 5 minutes get it. They represent what Arsenal's about. Obviously, there's other players now, but they understand it. We need to let these men be young men, really and truly, you know, and take the spotlight off them. So while Saka can improve, You know, it's been a luxury that we've been scoring goals, winning games. Other players have stood up to be counted in his somewhat absence, even though I think Saka's not been as bad as people are making out. He's just not scored really. You know, I think he was good against Leicester, definitely. I think he was done well against Palace, helped us get the goal. I actually think he played quite well against Fulham. Should have scored, but I think he did well. So I think we need a winger in it, because you can't expect these players, especially with the project we're doing, everybody to do it for 38 games. Right now, Xhaka's the flavour of the month. In the next couple of games, I know he loves the United game, he might have a wobble. So I don't think it's either or. You need a winger, you need a centre mid. If you was to ask me, I always said it, I lean more towards the centre mid because that's the spine of our team. I personally don't think we can get to the next level without improving that. Saliba's come back like a new signing. Gabriel needs to pattern, but he's 30. Zinchenko and Tierney fighting at left back, respectfully. Ben White and Tomiyasu. Ramsdale's in goal. Don't know what Matt Turner's on, but he's there. You know, up front, we've got 1-2 options. I know we just spoke about bringing a winger. I just feel the middle third is where there's a lot of question marks. I like El Nene, but that's a squad player, nothing more. I like Partey when fit, excluding all the other things around his name, but we haven't seen anything. You know, we've seen little dribs and drabs of consistency. He's not been the Partey we thought he was getting. Injuries are one thing and another. Xhaka is Xhaka. I think he's durable. I think he's a good squad player. If you could get someone that does what Arteta wants him to do to another level, then we've got a next guy in there. There's too much. Lokonga's tried and untested. I want to give him opportunities. I just feel there's too much volatility in the midfield, and defense might win you titles, strikers might win you games, but it's the midfield battle 9 times out of 10. And arguably in today's day and age, the midfield is where it's won and lost more times. So if we don't pattern up that midfield, I think we're in trouble on the best of days. Obviously, in light with injuries, we knew it was to happen. Maybe not maybe not so early in the season, but we knew what was to happen in it, really. And we have brought in Zinchenko and Fabio Vieira, who are both at different scales of coming back from injury. There's talk of Zinchenko being involved tonight. What I would say, if obviously, well, I look at Partey, Tierney, Ben White, Ramsdale, a lot of these players care. A lot of them want to play. But when it comes to injuries, I'm not saying the players are dishonest, but this is why it annoys me when people say these players don't care. They always want to play to the point where they're risking their health. So you're kind of relying on the player to tell you physically how they feel. And I think at times, you know, when I look at someone like Zinchenko, proud Ukrainian with what he's been doing in life, with what's happening there, he stands up to be counted. You know, he's a senior figure, I would say, already in this Arsenal team. And obviously with it being a big week and the fact that he's playing games, I don't think, even with El Nene clearly played on that hamstring injury, you know. I don't think Zinchenko in a positive way is going to be healthy. Is going to tell you he's healthy and be honest, really. So my point of that ramble is just to say, can we lose a battle and win a war? Zinchenko might have to miss Villa, but he could be fit potentially for United and so on and so forth, because last season, that was a thing. You look at the tail end of the season, Ben White was not fit. We needed him, and he was getting savage. Saka at times has carried knocks. Ramsdale at the Liverpool games carrying a hip knock. Partey and Tomiyasu have been rushed back or rushed themselves back and got collapsed. The less said about Tierney with injuries, the better. You know, I love the Flying Scotsman, but it's a madness, really and truly. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. It's all mad, man. Saka's doing the pressings there, everything's there, man. It's just he just needs to score an assist. He set himself high expectations, and obviously you're gonna live or die by that. As in my Twitter bio, the same rope you climb on is the same rope you're gonna get hanged on. Really, you know, there's always these players come through. Smith Rowe used to still gets it. Saka gets it. Martinelli gets it. They can do nothing wrong, and I'm talking about the wider football fan. They can do nothing wrong, and then it just switches at a hat, really and truly. You know, I think Saka will be all right. But even if he's not all right, blood, he's a young man. Other players stand up to be counted. It's 38 games. You know, Gabriel had a bozo moment. There's been numerous times before that game, early on in the season, where Gabriel's been the guy and will continue to be the guy. People are going to make mistakes. The manager's going to get it wrong. The players are going to do dumb shit. The strikers are not going to score when they're supposed to. We just need to keep going. And that's something I have seen already, really and truly. Like, when man make mistakes previously at Arsenal, it was, to play devil's advocate, it was always like, let's just say Bellerin makes a mistake and I'm a centre mid. I know that the spotlight's on him, so it don't really matter right now. Now it's like, all right, cool, you've made a mistake. Everybody stand up to be counted. And like I always say, if someone makes a mistake in the game, that's what a 1-2 minute flashpoint tops. Unless everyone else can say in the other 80 odd minutes that they've done everything, cool. But it's not really that. Football's a 90-minute game. People don't understand that, really and truly. So you have to see what's going on. Big up Top Blue, man. We saying on this beautiful Sunday. There, my guy. Voice is coming back. Need to get back in the gym. It's been a madness. I'll go gym after this. Looking forward to playing Football Manager. Probably play for an hour. And looking forward to watching Arsenal. Hopefully we do the business. Obviously, I don't want to draw your team out. You know what happened. Southampton away is not for everyone. It's not for us either because we don't win there. But you get the point. Man said Sunday. Wednesday. You see, I'm still catting for Carnival. Man said Sunday. Good save. Apparently, we are the most dangerous team in Europe from set pieces. Gabriel is too good. We're set piece FC and you saw it. Man said what happened yesterday. Can you see Ben White covering in midfield? Gary, Gaza, it's something we're going to have to consider, bro. Like, if you can't bring players in, you're going to have to fix it in-house. Whether Fabio Vieira plays as a left-sided 8, whether Zinchenko, Tierney plays left-back, Zinchenko vacates that, and he partners Xhaka more in midfield. And obviously, they got a good relationship at left and right-back, so I think they'd be all right in midfield. It's not really Odegaard, Zinchenko, and Xhaka. I do want to see it on some occasions. I don't want to really be seeing that, if I'm honest with you. I think we could have a bit more flavor and variety and a bit more of a mixture of tenacity, technical brilliance in there. But if you don't bring a midfielder in, you know, whether Smith Rowe, Odegaard, who I think should be doing that anyways next to Partey when fit, or Tielemans if he comes in, or I know people see 2 left-footed midfielders and get scared, but you know, him next to Xhaka or something. If you don't bring people in, bro, you've got to fix it internally. Obviously, you look at Newcastle, the context is completely different. But if we just look at midfield, you know, Joe Linton was shit out up front. You know, I used to watch him when obviously Reece Nelson was at his club. And I remember when Newcastle bought him for 40 odd million, it's like, it must be something that if you're in the world of football, you can see his brilliance. Because to me, with a regular guy with a TV, I think Joe Linton is shit. I think 40 million was a madness. But for one reason or another, Eddie Howe said, hey, bloody hell, man, you make a decent midfielder. And he's getting more clout on his name. So they fix something more in-house. So we're going to have to do that. You know, shout out the coaching staff. You know, shout out Nicholas, shout out Carlos, shout out Steve Brown, Earpod Albert, all them brothers, man. They're doing well. Ben White in midfield is peak for us. We could do a lot worse, but, you know, we should... I'm kind of past it, if I'm honest with you, because we should have addressed this already, but it is what it is. 61 likes, people. Keep running it up. 200 likes, and we get into what we need to get into. We're not quite there yet. We have been linked with Weigl. Nah, man, Albert does his thing. Chelsea. Our on loan, DG and Tielemans on a permanent deal. I mean, I like our, but I don't know, man. You're looking booked. You're looking like damaged goods right now, our man. What's wrong with you? Like, you know, no, he was the, you know, Pep Guardiola couldn't stop waffling about his technical brilliance and that. You know, everyone in Europe coveting my man. And now, respectfully, man, are getting linked with Forest and Batiste and all these things. Something wrong with you. Something wrong with your advisors. Like, what's the secret in the footballing world? Have you just not patterned the move? What's going on? Just hoping we don't see Xhaka alone 6, but it might be a something. We need to put our chances away soon as we get them, smash the balls in instead of trying to pass the balls in goal. Please tell our manager, Arteta, that. One sec. Yo, Arteta. Quick one. I know you're leading the boys out for training. Someone wants me to tell you something. Sorry, one sec. We don't want to be watching our Arsenal with BP machines. We should buy a midfielder. Buy a midfielder, brother. So, yeah, hopefully that helps him. And I hope he got the bird called there still. I'm noticing a lot of maturity in Saka's game. We are built like a donut, DG, on some Homer Simpson settings. Big up yourself, Rico, man. Saka was back to his regular self versus Fulham. People need to relax. Honestly, Saka just looks burnt out. I hope they don't run him into the goal. I can't lie. I don't think he looks burnt out. Like, I just don't think you're scoring. Like, I don't think he looks burnt out. He probably is tired in that, you know, but I don't know. This is completely out of context. Here we go. This is completely out of context, but I have to say this now, bro. Now, the brother is out of Spurs, but DG and Bergwijn kind of look alike. What do you say, DG? I don't know. I've never heard that before. I've never, ever heard that. Never, ever heard that. Never, man. But if there's Gally you like Bergwijn, then shout, man, innit? You said that. I didn't say that. But yeah, Danilo reminds me of Willet Lesser. That. We sold poorly, and that's why we're shopping at Costco's. To be fair, Costco's is lit, man. DG, what's good, man? Saw your pics on IG. Monday looked like it was vibes on vibes. Yeah, it was, man. I prefer Sunday still, man. Monday Carnival brings out too many of you riff-raff youths and riff-raff people out here, man. People can't just control themselves, obviously. But anyways, just wanted your thoughts on Lokonga plugging in at 8 or a 6. He started well and seems to have fallen off redemption time. He's going to have to get with it, you know. He seems like a sulker in a positive way about not playing. I do think long term, I would like him groomed into being that Partey number 6. I think right now he needs his handheld. So I probably would let him partner someone in midfield, but not potentially be the lone 6. But it's time to get with it. We heard the club like him there, and then we heard this season, like in pre-season, they like him at in the 8. How can people be happy with this ownership? We keep downgrading Sane, Mudruk, Savage, Tielemans. The ownership is dead. To be fair, Cam, listen, I'm by no means a fan of the Kroenkes, but in the last 2 years, I can't lie, they put money in. They've been spending. We've just been spending it poorly. You know, I might not agree with everything. I do think that they're not perfect, but you know, they've tied into this project, rightly or wrongly. They've given the money to the manager finances. They've given Edu finances. Any successful failings in the last 2 years, including this year, is on the technical staff, Mikel Arteta, Edu, and the rest of everyone involved. Really, money's been spent. You know, arguably, some people might say, "Boy, how are you spending over 100 million and you know you haven't really brought in certain cover in midfield? You've left yourself short." So I couldn't blame the ownership. Where Sane was linked, I can't lie. You know, it seemed like that was agent-led. Not even agent-led, just fans. So I won't get onto them for that. Saka looks indecisive on the ball to me right now, but I think he can play free. He's probably thinking about the goal, bro. It's a bit like Martinelli, second half against, who did we play last game, man? Fulham. I like Martinelli, but he was too hell-bent on trying to score. And this is where these young men are going to show their age. In fact, the whole team, I think I said it in my review of the game. I think it was nice to see that we was chasing the game. We was putting up the pressure and that. But I think we was probably panicking a bit at stages before we got back in the game. And I think too many people are trying to be heroes on the pitch rather than stay disciplined, just keep doing what we're doing sort of thing, if that makes sense, broski. So, yeah, man. You'll get it right. Big up Deluded Guna. Put some likes on the vid. Appreciate that. I'm a Man United fan, but I wish you the best for this season. You guys top 2. Good window for you. Appreciate that, my guy. You know, obviously the beef is blessed until Sunday. Saka isn't. Oh, your comments are gone. Flipping out. I don't know. We don't know what Edu's doing, really. Saka isn't carrying the team, but doesn't mean he isn't doing well. Amen. He could do a lot better, but he could do a madness, man. I've never heard that before, man. I look like Bergeron. Never heard that. I like that Gusto guy at right back, but you ain't getting him off Leon right now. Can't lie, I think a Kanji shit, but he's about to prove me wrong. And as I always do when I get it wrong, I'll do an apology vid. Gavardal's decent, but he's far too error prone for 90 million. And you can see he's not ready, really, because why are Chelsea going to spend all of that, like almost Lukaku fee, and then let a man go back on loan or go back to his club on loan? He's got potential, but, you know, you saw it in the Euros. Man, there was I swear to you, go and watch Croatia during the Euros. There's a goal Croatia conceded. I don't even remember who it was against. I don't remember who it was against, but if you go and look at it, he's playing left back. The ball's in play. I don't know if it's a bottle of water or a Lucozade or something. There's Lucozade on the side. He's picked that up. As I said, the game is going on. He's picked that up and then he's had a sip and he's realized what's going on and it's too late. Saka does need rest, but a lot of fans waffle about this resting. Like, man, don't even know what these guys' fitness levels are. Man, just saying they need rest. If they're playing well, man, I'm not talking about rest. Man goes Carnival and got the direct plug to Arteta's line. I wish, man. Regular self. Saka was average. He needs competition to push him. I mean, is there anything wrong with being average? Everyone can do well with competition, but I just feel a lot of you are waffling. Not you, but I'm saying a lot of you are waffling. Like, where's the evidence? You know, how many goals did Saka have this time last year? 4 games in. That probably takes us to the probably the Spurs game. My maths is poor. I'm probably capping, but let's actually pre it. Saka wasn't doing it. Could he do a lot better? Yes. If it continues like this, of course we're gonna revisit it. But right now, I think Saka's doing all right. He's not man of the match and that, but he's doing all right, man. Let me see how many goals my man got for Arsenal Football Club last year. Well, I know how many, but you get the point. How many did he have this time last year? Bro, he didn't even bag. So let's calm it down a bit. Obviously, context is key and our club was different, but he didn't even bag. He'll get it right, man. Just cool off, man. If he doesn't, we revisit it, but just cool off for now, man. Just cool, people. Just cool, man. Could you imagine De Jong and Partey partnership is free to dream? It's free to dream. You would never see Partey fit, man. How a man spending 90 M's on Gavardal when we have a cone in midfield? I don't know what Tuchel's on. Tuchel seems like he's just moving mad. Like, even yesterday, some of his comments, he's like, it's not easy to beat us and things. I mean, it's not hard to beat us or something. I was thinking, bro, Saka went 15 months without scoring last season before he scored against Spurs. And this is why I always say Saka is Saka, Smith Rowe, they're learning to score goals. They're not goal scorers. 101 games in the Premier League now at how old are you, Saka, now, man? At 20 years of age, 21 in a couple of days, 5th of September. Happy birthday in advance. That is someone that 17 goals and 17 assists in 101 games. Testament to Saka, but that's someone learning to score goals. That isn't someone who is a goal scorer. That isn't, that was his first breakout season in terms of goals. You need to do it for years. And even when he was there, I look at the Southampton game, him and Martinelli should have bagged. We was poor, they should have bagged. I look at Martinelli even a couple of occasions, should have bagged. These men are learning, they'll get it right, man. Just cool, man. And you can't have it both ways. There was times last season where you was actually kind of not shocked because Saka's good, but the level of consistency was a madness, really. It was almost abnormal. So not naturally, it's going to spin the other way. Really. If the ball just bounced to Saka on the Gabriel goal or Odegaard's first goal against Bournemouth and he scored those tappings, people would say he's the next Messi. So who are we signing deadline days tomorrow? 200 likes and we'll look at the transfer news. I don't know who we're signing. Any news about Zinchenko and Partey? Partey's missing that game. Again, 200 likes. We look at what Arteta's had to say and the transfer business. Yeah, that's the maturity I've seen Saka remaining disciplined in his movement, not trying to force the hero thing. I mean, he's linking up very good on that right-hand side with Odegaard. He's pressing well. It will happen. I think Marquinhos can cover Saka. He's going to have to if you don't bring in, pardon me, you don't bring in a winger. So today, Lokonga is our only option in the middle, or do you see Vieira makes debut? I don't know because it all depends on the fitness levels of him. Lyon also have another young demon midfielder coming through dependent. He didn't come through there. He was bought there. He's played for France at youth level. Can play as an 8 and a 6. Very good on the ball. We've spoken about him before and done videos on him. So, yeah, Lyon have another player they're going to sell. And between him, is it Lukeba, this left-sided centre-back? There's a couple of players. There's always a couple of players with Lyon. Well, Tottenham want Dan James, more of that. Nah, bro, that's that. Arsenal, we need to get involved. Dan James, nah, man. Someone needs to stop Spurs. That's an amazing signing. Oh, my God. The fact that Saka doesn't have to run himself into the ground every time like last season is good that our attack is not centered on him alone. He'll start firing. Marquinhos can cover Saka based on what? Apart from being a winger as well, I don't know. I don't know about any other channels and what they're doing, bro. I don't know, man. Mudruk is the real deal. Young and all the Arsenal flavor all around him. I hear you, lot. I'm not saying you're wrong, but like, are you, man, like, can you lot tell me his weaknesses as well as his strengths? Have you lot watched over 10 games of this Mudruk guy? Because it seems, not saying you, Allison, but everyone becomes an expert on these players. Everyone and their nan. And it's not a shame not to know these players. Vieira can't play in the middle, definitely not against Villa. Boy. Apparently, we're not signing anyone. Boy, I don't know. Saka picking up 2 today. Inshallah. I'd take Dan James. Nah, bro. Nah, because unless you're going to become a right back and learn to get a brain, that's a myth. That's a myth. There's no Dan James can't help Arsenal in any sense. Unless if you sign for Spurs, that's as good as it can. Go stink up the place. Still not sure what to make of Vieira signing. With Odegaard and Smith Rowe, will he get much of a look in? Potentially, if he was fit, he might have played already. I think he will. Let's be real. No one has watched Mudruk bar his odd games in the Champions League. Big up PM, big up DG. Mudruk is looking lively, but Arsenal love moving soft when it matters. We should be looking at a back striker as well, a big man. I mean, if you could go and find a Giroud, that would be good, man. Someone that can link up and just be used in the squad and that. Eddie Nketiah had a good impact off the bench against Fulham, much like when him and Matt Ryan played against Fulham a couple of years ago. But if I'm honest with you, even though he made a positive contribution and there was energy, I have to now start judging Eddie Nketiah to somewhat higher standards. And to play devil's advocate, you should be bringing in the energy and impact and running about. And there was he definitely should have walked away with 1 goal, if I'm honest. Again, he's still young, he's developing, but I have to judge you, Saka, all these guys harshly. As I said, his impact was great, but he should have bagged, really, And again, it's unfortunate, but had the context of that game been like, if it was, we need top 4 of these 3 points, and we didn't, people might be unfairly looking at the guy who's come off the bench and played 2 minutes, basically. Well, you know what I mean. And they definitely should have scored 2 against Fulham, man. There was definitely 2 chances Eddie Nketiah should have bagged. But he's still learning his craft, man. Shout out Matt Ryan. I feel like people watch a 10-minute compilation vid on someone and have a solid opinion. Exactly. I can't lie. Partey is looking like a big liability right now. Every time my man is injured, my man is injured, moving like Teeny. Teeny didn't deserve that stray, bro. But yeah, you can't rely on guys, man. If they're not fit, then Vieira looks like a favour signing for the agent. Top night to you, DG. Hope Zinchenko can persuade Mudruk to join quickly. Yeah, man, because it's getting to that time, really and truly. We're going to need to get a move on in the market or his peak. 119 likes. Keep going, people. We don't need a backup striker. Eddie looks beast this season. Definitely has grown. I mean, Eddie, based on when he got his starts last season to now, looks good. But I mean, I can't draw conclusions on Eddie and Nketiah. You know, this is the first little period where he's coming and he's shown that, and he's impacted a couple of games off the bench for us. You know, I could be wrong, and we're moving so fast in time with football. But I'm pretty sure him and Saka played a key role into getting us our initial goals against our second goal, better yet, against Crystal Palace. You know, I can't draw conclusions because if I'm a devil's advocate, you play 20 odd times, you have a mediocre amount of goals, and if you get injured like with Jesus, it doesn't matter. I wouldn't move heaven and earth to bring a striker in. I want to see what Balogun's saying. I still haven't given up on Project Martinelli. I do like Eddie Nketiah showing his versatility, able to play off the flanks as well. But, you know, if these lot get injured, you know, I don't mind. If you could bring in a striker, if there was something to exploit where I can kind of bet my bottom dollar on a striker that's going to do something for 10 games, why not? And also, when you look at it, Jesus and Eddie are a bit similar. Obviously, Eddie's getting stronger, and obviously Jesus has hold up play, and he's not the biggest, but I think their profiles are a bit too similar, if I'm completely honest with you. So if there was an opportunity on the market, like if Giroud was available right now, this is the best context, because you wouldn't be looking at him to score 20 league goals, really. So I don't know about any of that, really, if I'm completely honest with you. And when I look at Eddie Nketiah's statistics, we know the tail end of last season to now is when Eddie Nketiah has really turned up as a footballer for Arsenal. Like, now you're part of the first team properly. You've gone through the little graduation to a degree that Smith Rowe, Saka and Martinelli went through. You're a genuine option, but you didn't play 4 or 5 games. Yes, it looks like a hot streak when you scored. You played 20 odd games for this football club. You know, you haven't been given too much of a chance, but I can only look at the facts, really. You know, you've been anything but prolific in the Premier League. Have to judge him a bit fairly, because I can't expect someone to do it at this moment in time if they've never done it. But I think we're getting excited, if I'm completely honest with you. You know, he's played 96 times for Arsenal Football Club, 23 goals. The bulk of them are in cup competitions. So there's a lot of development where Eddie's concerned. 10 goals in 63 Premier League appearances. As I said, we're being very harsh to him. It's very difficult to affect the game in 2 minutes and stuff. But I'm not saying the same people that have that comment about not signing a striker will be the same, and because we got Eddie, they'll be the first person to turn on him when he's not scoring. A lot of fans like to have their cake and eat it. You can't say play all these young players, and when they're not doing what they're doing, you know, get onto them beyond constructive criticism. I hope Eddie can do it, bro. I hope Eddie can do it. But when I remove my Disneyland Haaland cap off and I think about top 4, if an opportunity arisen on the market of someone that can play up front as well as out wide that can do better than Eddie, then this is the life, bro. Like, this is the life. Big up Eddie Nketiah. Big up you lot, people. Keep mashing up the like button. We're almost there. We needed to sign an 8 who can play 6. I'm still confused by the Fabio Vieira signing, but I'm willing to give the lad a chance. Giroud is guaranteed 13 league goals. Is Arsenal going to sign Asensio? Not a clue. He's always linked with us. Reckon we'll see any moves before deadline day. Think we need to, but has to be the right guy. No point signing a stopgap. I hope so, but I'm like you lot, man. We're just dead there, man. Had a man tell me we need Oli, I like, man. I like, bro. I like. I'm not trying to hear that, but I like. But Eddie's a good guy, good attitude. He works hard. I'm worried Smith Rowe's being forgotten by the club. Don't worry, bro. Smith Rowe's calm. You ain't going to get the 10, a big contract, and Arteta's always talking about you. Arteta said you need to stay fit. You stay fit, you get proper condition, and you're ready to mix it with the big boys. This is it now. You know, I want to see a winger come in. As much as I love Saka and Smith Rowe and things like that, the only way's down. You know, the only way's down. You're at the pinnacle of Arsenal Football Club. If we go off last season, you're playing week in, week out. You're number 7, you're number 10. It's not given to you. You earned it. But clubs like Arsenal, we should always be looking for wingers, for strikers, for 10s, for these sort of positions. So there's a target on your back. If you're a boxer and you win the World Championship or you unify all the belts, the only way is down. Everyone wants to take it off you, really and truly. He'll be all right, man. He'll be all right, man. It's just, this is the harsh reality. You're not just going to play for the sake of it. You know, Foden, as much as he's Mr. Man City, and that, you're not just going to play for the sake of it. Can't lie. Waiting for your commentary for tonight's match, bro. It's been a minute. It should be a good return. Ready to hit the like button. I appreciate that. And on that, shameless plug o'clock. Don't forget, 6:30 we go live to obviously begin the build up for Arsenal, man. Tielemans not only provides cover, but having a senior Belgian player in the squad might help Lokonga's development massively. It might do, but Lokonga's at that stage. You got to man up and do this thing now. We definitely need someone like Mitrovic. I seriously can count on Eddie. I want Eddie, but if you could bring in Mitrovic, not Mitrovic himself in terms of just being a physical handful and a bastard, and you got, come on, if you're a centre back, you don't want to play against Mitrovic, bro. Like, the guy is a jar and he's physical. He holds his face. He'll push up your face. He moves mad. You know, you need someone like that. And like I said, if we're doing the young player thing, then I can only commit to this project. But to a degree, I feel it's a bit unrealistic for me to expect certain things from Saka, Smith Rowe, Eddie, and Ketia if I haven't seen you do it for a couple of years, you know. So we'll have to see. I hope we get 5 out of 5, man. If we are really on smoke, we beat Villa today and try to go for 18 out of 18 versus Man United to make a proper statement. Amen. Newcastle getting Tielemans 200 likes, and we look at that shit, man. You know, 200 likes is all I'm asking, people. Big up you lot tuned in. Mitrovic reminds me of Diego Costa. Even that, if you could get I just think Arsenal just need a little one bastard, like a little one, pardon my language, just someone who's a bastard. Like Jesus has got it in him. You can see him, you know, he's ready to back. He's ready. Who got clamped against Fulham, and he started chatting to Paulinho. You know, he does the things Lacazette was doing, the dark arts. We need someone of that ilk, man. You know. We need someone of that ilk, someone that's just a problem, someone that gives us a bit different. Only if it could be done, though. Did you see Zaha's goal yesterday? Cracking finish, bro. Not moving for a centre mid is still the most baffling thing Edu and Arteta have done. Amen. They were both midfielders. Plus, when we play them kind of defenders, I don't trust Eddie or Jesus too tough like that. Plus, if Jesus is injured, let's not complain either. People really forgetting what Laka did to us our season. I'm scared for the game against Villa without Partey and El Nene, because I think El Nene did a great job last season when Partey was injured, and I don't think Sambi is ready for that, bro. It is what it is. As I said, you know, when we was going with the Partey injuries going into Fulham, in the grand scheme of things, I'd rather Lokonga play because I believe in him. You know, at the end of the day, you can't pass your driving test without actually learning to drive a car. And I think you've got to let sometimes you can. There's only so much training and watching clips and all these things Arteta and Eddie can do. The best way to learn is to play, and that goes for Lokonga, Tavares, all these other young players. So in the grand scheme of things, we can't expect him to get to where he needs to get to without struggling him along. That being said, with me, I don't really care about anyone's personal stuff. I don't really care who's not playing, who's playing, who wants to leave, who wants to this. I just care about top 4 and getting Europa League final. And to do that, you need to win games and put a run of form. And Lokonga might be 20 out of 10 against Fulham. He might be poor. It's a risk that I justify Arteta not taking. At least with El Nene. Obviously, El Nene's injured now. But you know, in a nice way, El Nene, worst comes to worst, he's going to give you a 5 or a 6. Like, as you saw, he'll do his thing. The other players take their chances and do whatever. So, in the build-up to the Fulham game, I said I'd put in El Nene. So it makes me a bit more nervous. End of the day, Lokonga's going to have to get with it. I don't expect him to be the fittest and sharpest because he ain't played substantially, but you're going to have to get some confidence against Villa at home if you do play. And you're going to have to get with it at Man United away from home because, I heard they're doing a protest before the game, so they're going to get their fans then riled up like against Liverpool. Obviously, they've got 2 wins on the bounce. It's Arsenal versus Man United. They want to be the ones to make us lose. They want revenge on us last year. So it's crazy. Eagerly awaiting the Jamaica kit to be back in stock. That's tough. Wouldn't let that happen to me, though. DG, they think we have forgot they bid 50 million for Rafinha. The money is there. They're just trying to make excuses. It's a bit baffling. You need a bastard in your team. You need someone with that dog in him. Exactly, man. You can't be on this nice guy thing. Loki should have got Cavani on a 1-year contracting. No, my brother. That's a myth. Cavani, you're not seeing what he's doing at Man United. At one point, I'm sure he played for Uruguay more times than he did Man United. The Man United fans were happy with him. No. I see the angle, but it's not the Cavani it once was, man. I'm feeling we're gonna make a move in the last minute before the market closes. I don't know, but I am feeling it hard. Pause. But we need to get rid of Bellerin and Ainsley fast. Amen. But people have to want to take them, really, We're getting over that. It's getting a bit long now. I thought Bellerin would have been gone by now, if I'm honest with you. But looking at the Ukrainian winger on comps, he looks decent, but still would need his weaknesses to use him. I don't know. I hope Sambi will be ready. This is perfect shot for Sambi to show up and force out. And that's it. If you don't want to be on the bench, give the manager every reason not to bench you. Give him problems. Like the thing, lads. Come on, we're moving close. Ashley Barnes, some with a bit more tech. Tony would be lit still. Ivan Tony would be good for the squad, but that's going to cost an arm and a leg, and it's not worth it. I like his mentality. If there was 3 players, there's obviously other players, but I just think if we could sign Tony, Madison, and Zaha, bro, they're bastards. They're the bastards I want in the team. Pardon my language. Even Saka, there's gonna come a time you're gonna have to be a nasty guy. People forget Thierry Henry, Vieira. They all had that little element thing within them, really, and we're gonna need to get back to that. So yeah, man, let's just hope by this. No, but yeah, let's hope by this time tomorrow we've signed someone for the first 3 minutes. We need to only sign 2 players who will make us win the If not now for Sambi versus Villa at home, then when? Exactly. I'm not gonna lie, it won't be if Zinchenko's fit, I'd probably gamble on Smith Rowe, Zinchenko, Odegaard, one of them playing as an 8. I would want to try Fabio Vieira there before putting Lokonga in there, but I don't know for your fitness, so I would say then Lokonga. Tony ain't coming out to holds grudge. It's done. All or nothing settings. We have a wide man in Marquinhos. Notice he's training with the first team. I mean, he's going to be training with the first team. And hopefully he gets chances. Again, if we can fix problems in-house, why not? What's the craziest rumour you've heard this transfer window? Regarding Arsenal, probably Serge Gnabry. Arsenal in the first half of the Premier League games this season, fewest shots faced, fewest shots on target faced, fewest goals conceded. Let's hope that stays. I'll even prefer Ben White at 6 at this moment. I mean, you and Xhaka might as well sit. Because then again, if we listen, I can't lie. If Xhaka, at this moment in time, if Xhaka has to play a bit more of a withdrawn role, we lose something going forward to go with what Odegaard and them man are doing. So it's going to be harder for us to score goals. Miguel Aziz in the 6, myth. It's not fair to the young lad. At the end of the day, I hope he gets chances, but yeah, man. We should try 3 at the back because of injuries to Partey. And then I can't lie. Obviously, if we go and lose to Villa, it's a thing. But if we're going to change formations, I'd rather us do it away from home in a hostile atmosphere like Old Trafford on Sunday. Really. I think this has to almost work as our sort of insurance policy today, man. You need 3 points against Villa, and we need to be much better. Let's be real. We've got 4 out of 4 now. Let's be gassed and stuff, but let's be real. There's many. We weren't amazing for 90 minutes against Aston Villa. The only time we was amazing was Bournemouth, and respectfully, Bournemouth are shit. Sorry, Bournemouth. If you want to employ me as a scout or something, I'll do that. But you man are shit. Like, we were perfect against them. After the backs were against the wall a bit too much against Crystal Palace. Obviously, you're gonna have that's the Premier League. That silly mistakes against Leicester. Forget the goals, the build up to that. Game management. I feel against Fulham, we should have won the game in the first half. There's going to be games this season for Arsenal or elsewhere where they're going to have identical games like Fulham, but Fulham will win that. How many times have we seen at Arsenal? We dominate every statistic but the one that's mattered. Who scored more goals than the other? So I think there's many. We ain't been perfect, and you're not going to be. I'm not getting at you. There's several things we need to take and improve and build upon going into this. Really. Although Mikel Arteta and Arsenal would like a cover out wide, the midfielder will be their priority. Shout out to you, Aiden, and that should be it because we're light there. It's simple as that. We're very light there. So my 2 dream signings I would like to see is Sane and Gundogan. Boy, dream signings, man. Big up S. DG, loving your work. Young gun with an old head on his shoulders. Appreciate that, my guy, man. Sambi, Tavares, injury prone Tomiyasu. People are overrating our signings and Edu and Arteta's ability to spot a gem. Crazy, man. Appreciate you lot tuning in. Lost to Villa, guaranteed business before the end of the window. I don't want to lose no games, man. Forget all that. Do you think knowing English can get you a better standing in the team? Maybe. I don't know, though, man. If I'm honest with you. Football's a universal language, but obviously communication with your teammates and Mikel Arteta, maybe. Saka has it in him, but one has to just has to stop buying into the nice guy hype. I don't think Saka, a bit like the way they look at Saka is the way they look at Kante. Like, I don't think it's anything to do with them. You know, you obviously get the Zahas and the Pogbas and the Aubameyans for obvious reasons. People see these guys with jewelry and stuff and say they're not good human beings. And then you get people like Saka and Kante, which nothing wrong with them. They're just being themselves because they're the projected image of what certain individuals should be. That's why they're somewhat, I don't know the word, but it's almost like childlike. Kante's a grown man. Saka's a 20-year-old man. You don't know. Saka could be the biggest bastard behind the scenes. Forgive me, Saka. I don't know you're not. But it's almost like they're moving like he can do. They're moving like the man's a child. And it's not nice. But it's nothing to do with him. I know he's not the age we're looking for, but Zaha is the best option for this squad. Can cover all across the front line. Tielemans and Mudruk will increase our depth. I hear that. Just go all in right now. We need squad depth. I hear that. Why didn't we go for Idris Sagana Gay? Apparently we did. But I can't lie. I understand if we was to try and exploit the market and go for him. But for me, that sends the wrong signals, if I'm honest with you. That screams panic to me. I'm not against it. He's 32. He knows the league. He can cover in a row. But you're panicking a bit like Paredes. You know, for years we've been speaking about how much we'd like him. But again, the time you're going for it, and it looks like, you know, it just Sagana Gay is dead set to sign on the dotted line at Everton. Paredes at Juventus, it seems desperate. Like, if we go back for Arthur Melo, I won't critique it, but it's desperate. And there's nothing wrong with being desperate. Desperate times calls for desperate measures. We're like, man. Yeah, they got you're one of the good guys, tags DG. Again, yeah, you're not like them, mate. The minute Saka is pictured coming out of a club with a girl or driving a fancy ass car, it's long for him. Sambi to go central today, or would you place White and bring in Tomiyasu? The easiest one's probably just Lokonga without changing any more moving parts. I don't know why we can't get both. Villa have a much better midfield than us today. Won't be easy. I mean, when everyone's fit, they don't. And do they? I mean, big up McGinn, Douglas, Luiz, and that. And they're in terrible form, so they're going to want to put it right. Sekou Fofana is the one. Seems like a media hype with him, man. We have been badly exposed by these two injuries. Not taking Basuma signing seriously is coming back to haunt us. We need a solid defensive mid immediately. Boy. I've just spent far too long talking about midfield on my YouTube channel for years, innit? So it's almost like I'm not that. It does make you nervous, but it's almost like emotionless. It's like you kind of know where the direction we're heading in, people. 165 likes, we're acting, people. We're acting. We should have 200 likes, man. I want to look at this transfer news as well. But nonetheless, keep talking points coming. Or it'd be a tough week with United coming up. Definitely need a fit Zinchenko. Amen. What else have we got? If we're going for a goal-scoring winger, Asensio has the instinct to score. It's just for him, wages, ability to stay fit. Last minute to convince us they tried. We ain't getting on. Boy, if you don't get anyone in, I don't care about we tried. I like to see Mana trying. I like that Arsenal, we're not just signing players for the sake of it. Unless they can positively contribute or somewhat better than what we have, then we're not signing people. But at the same time, we tried is a hype. It only goes so far. Like, we tried is a hype. I'm not on it. Like, it's either you got people in or not. There's either success or there's failure. There's that grey area of even in your successes was there elements of failure, and even in your failures is there wins, but success or failure, win or lose, sign someone or not sign someone, results. That's one thing I like about football. You can't, 1 + 1 doesn't equals 2, but all the time, but 9 times out of 10 it does, isn't it? Like people have a lazy view on football, but the beautiful thing of it is it's so harsh. It's beautiful. As much as last season was decent for Arsenal and we was fighting for top 4 and things, and there was beautiful moments. That harshness came at the end where certain players are not good enough. Certain things we did or didn't do in January or last summer, certain in-game things in terms of game management that we haven't learned from, that we got away with even when we were winning, came back to haunt us. It's as simple as that, really and truly. That's why I love football. So it's either you get these players in or not. And if we don't, then we just have to keep it moving. And by God's grace, hopefully we get out of it. But if we don't, question marks. Is it due to naivety? I don't know. But boy, chill with the title talks, but top 4 should be the aim. October is looking techie, especially with all these injuries already by August. Amen. Man said Bellerin as an industry plant ain't going nowhere. Ainsley to start against Villa. Ugh. Yuck. We are short again. So is it done? Edu Denman said it's all I got. Boy. Yeah, I do play fantasy football still. We got a league in that. Hell is this? I big up my guy Hubert if he's in the Arsenal squad. That's the squad doing the rounds on Twitter. I'm scared if we don't stop spamming, my guy. Stop spamming. You're going to have to get blocked. Big up Schema. If we're being real, El Nene shouldn't even be here this year. He shouldn't. He shouldn't. I like El Nene. I think he could be part of the squad. He can hang around, provided you brought in proper midfielders, he can hang around. But if there was no emotion behind it, is El Nene good enough to play a significant role? No. He can do a job. But if you're asking him to play 10 plus games, you're going to get in trouble. You're going to show his frailties. And it's not even fair to El Nene. Like, some men are squad players, and that's it. Bookies don't lose money. Zaha currently 25-1 to join. He may be a gooner, but it ain't happening. Gakpo or Mudruk more realistic. Tielemans is a must. I mean, hit the like button. We get to 200 likes. We look at it, but apparently Gakpo's dead set on Southampton now. Arsenal have, like United, have moved away from that. Partey never got injured at Atletico. So typical. If we don't bring in another midfielder, I'm not confident for top 4. In Arteta, we trust. Shout out, Dave. You haven't missed a thing yet, apart from general discussion with you lot. I trust Edu more than Gazidez, even though that's not saying much. Recent transfers have been decent, but a couple of man just need to sort out the player selling, but that will come. It needs to, man. Telemans is looking like a free transfer thing at this point. I mean, that's great, but again, man, need guys for now. As you said, October, August there's been a lot of talking points for these last 4 weeks or 4 game weeks. So imagine when we get to October, if man are injured and we're having to talk about Ben White playing as a 6, I don't care about that. Oh, yeah, we're getting Tielemans in January. Your season could be derailed by then, or you could get it back on, and then that could be a point where you look back and say, oh, just that period and things like that. People need to get over this Basuma thing. It's long. There are other good DMs out there. Trying when you know you're limited is beyond not good enough, especially when you don't have depth. I hear that. Yeah, August came and blew, man. DG, what's your FPL code? 1 sec. Get that for you right now. Fantasy League. Keep your opinions coming, people. I mean, Fabrizio, at this point, I don't want to really... I like talking about the transfer of you lot, but at this point, I just want to see people holding shirts. I just want to see people holding shirts at Arsenal Football Club. I don't want to see nothing else, if I'm completely honest. I'm 4th in my private league. I've dropped down to 90. I'll take that. 99th in the DG Nation League. That is cool. How many people are here? That is cool. Man can see myself on the first page. That is cool. I've been trying to win that. That is calm. I love that. But yeah, getting distracted. Where's the invitation? Oh, you lot are killing me, man. How do you invite people to join this thing? Well, how do you do the invite thing? There it is. Oh, shit, there you go. So yeah, here's the link. Obviously, if you're doing up fantasy, that's the link. And then for some reason, if that link don't work, you have the private code. So yeah, you lot do up that, join the fantasy league. Obviously, you lot are probably going to be behind, but it's there. It's there. Let's be quick with this Tielemans thing. I hope so, man. No one's going to come in today, so we just have to trust Lokonga. We're still not at 200 likes. Don't buy Mudruk. Don't think he's good enough for the Prem. Leaving ourselves short again. Tired of the same old thing. I can't make out you're saying there, man. You said something about the Van Persie era and liking it to party, but that's a madness sentence structure still. I'm surprised we didn't go for Douglas Luiz this window. I can't lie. He's been linked with Liverpool and AC Milan again. When times get tough, it's nice to hear your voice, man, getting us together to chat-ish about football. Appreciate the streams as usual from your white chocolate diet. Davey's got bands, man. Shout out you, my guy. DG, would you rather play against Mitrovic or Tony? Neither, bro. Neither, bro. Neither. I would say I'd rather play against Mitrovic just because Tony kind of does that fake Lacazette dropping deep in the 10 stuff. So they do the same thing and more, really. So I'd probably say Tony. Mitrovic, you wouldn't want to play against either one. You wouldn't want to play against either one. Physical handfuls. backing into you, just moving mad, like the elbows, and that is crazy. Man said 99th, you're dead food, I'm top 50. Well, you're not first. I just said I'm cool with it. I didn't say I'm happy. You said you're happy with it. I said I'm cool with it. Different mentality, mate. Mentality monster, Danny, mate. You fanny. Anyways, it's all love, my guy. Hey, DG, hope you're well. Kind of glad we have this injury and depth crisis so early in the season rather than a more critical time. Only thing is, will we learn our lessons and bulk? I don't want to see anyone injured, and there's no guarantee that we're not going to see more injuries, really. Thoughts on Chelsea Liverpool start? I mean, they've had one of the worst starts in years. Yeah, it's brazy for them, but they're going to have to get with it. You know, I'm happy with it. The more people that continue to drop points, the more top four should be up for debate. Arteta knows this season, no top four. He's gone. He knows he can't make mistakes. We have been calm. No top four. He's gone, says my guy, Davey. That's the thing. The stream I didn't know I needed from a United fan. Bless up, man. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. I have this feeling we're going to be relying on Lokonga once again. Crazy. Well, you didn't catch strays. You drew yourself out, bro. You jumped in fire and you said, why you burnt? Get out of here, man. It's all love, though, man. It's all love. So we have gone from January to summer window. Still haven't signed an experienced midfielder. What is Eddie doing? I don't know. Because I remember them lot saying they're betting on Xhaka, on Partey, and all of these things. And when you're betting on Partey, it's not ability thing with Partey. The man's not fit. And obviously, through other reasons off the field that we've all offered our opinions and whatnot, and we don't condone, we condemn them things. But Partey shouldn't be playing football if that happens. If things come out, and if it does, then we've got a shitstorm, and we do not have a midfielder. Don't get twisted. From what's projected with him, I don't care about football. The first thing is obviously dealing with what you need to deal with. But there's a big fat hole in midfield on the best of days, much so with that, and you've got a shitstorm. Yeah, I'd probably lean towards Mitrovic, but you wouldn't want to play either one. If I'm honest, you wouldn't want to play either one. They're both jarring. And I think that's what Arsenal need. One of them kind of man for the squad. You see how you lot got Broja. I don't know what you're gonna do with Broja. You know, I don't know what your plans are for Broja, but just the fact that he's in the squad, I heard he come off the bench and impacted. He's a physical man, like just someone like that plays like a striker. Like as much as I like Jesus, and he does play like a typical striker, he's sick with it, innit? I do think in the squad we just need someone who's just a striker that just wants to hang on the last shoulder, play with his back to goal, bring other people in. Obviously, we're set piece FC, so if they could be a problem from set pieces, it's lit, you know, one of them ones. And I think them things there, again, it's easy for me to say, but a backup six, a squad striker, surely you don't, obviously we all want name brand and household names and better than we've got, but surely it's a scouting thing. I don't know if he's available for that game still. DG, missed you on the watch-alongs, my guy. I had to watch one match with Curtis. It was all right, but I felt like I was doing you there. Now, shout out Curtis, man. If all goes to plan, you know, if it flops, it's me. But I should have Curtis on my channel on Friday. Shout out to the light-skinned Cameron Jerome as well, man. You know, maybe he could be a backup striker. Yeah, man. But nah, man. Shout out Curtis. Don't feel any sort of way, man. You don't listen to the same musician every day or every minute, really. But yeah, man. Big up you lot. Someone said there's 200 likes. Give me a second. Let's pattern up stuff. What was the time stamp on that? Let's change that and get a new one in there because I don't know what that was actually. Yeah, with that being said, let's get into some transfer news, folks. What's the time on that? 58:40. Boom. Transfer news. Big up you lot for smashing the like button. Keep doing that, people. And again, shameless plug. Make sure you're here for Arsenal versus Aston Villa. That is on Twitch and YouTube an hour before kickoff, people. So yeah, large up yourselves. Can we move towards 300? Twitch gang, one love. But yeah, let's share the screen and get into all of these things. Let's start with the Saka stuff because I want to read that if I'm honest with you. Let's start with what's going on here? What's going on here? All right. Here we go. Obviously, you know, where Saka's concerned, Saka voices confidence over signing new Arsenal deal, and apparently he's going to double his wages, rightly so. Saka is confident he will sign a new contract at Arsenal. He said, I am very confident that we as a club, well, this is Arteta, I am very confident that we as a club, Bukai and his family and agent are all aligned. Now it's about putting that on a piece of paper. I'd like that to get done because I don't want players to be distracted in the season, but these things take time. Obviously, big up Bukayo Saka, people. He started all the games this season. He's yet to bag and things like that. He's got a year left on his deal, apparently, with an option. Where is it said Saka is confident? Oh. Saka was asked whether he shared Mikel Arteta's sentiment that the 20-year-old would sign a new deal. Saka replied, yes, I share his confidence. So gassed it up with the headline, didn't they? Really? But I hope that is true, people. You know, and then when we flick over the screen and look at the Daily Mail, Sammy Mokbel, Saka's Arsenal payday, England star revealed him double his current 170 a week wages. Rightly so, you know, give the money to him, Saliba, Martinelli, the guys that deserve it. And, you know, in the not too distant future, you know, you've got, well, obviously Tierney signed a new deal not too long ago. You'd imagine Gabriel, the centre-back, would sign one in, I don't know their lengths of contract, but in terms of improving deals, you'd imagine Odegaard, Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, probably even. So give the finances to people that deserve them. Obviously, we need to, you know, get Bellerin, Pepe, Marie, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, these guys permanently off the wage bill. But this is what we need to do, really, and tie him down. He's, you know, I don't need to tell you lot why. You know, if the time comes that Arsenal are going one way, Saka's going the other way, we have to be able to get decent money for him. And we know there's been talks for a while. Sportsmail revealed in July the Gunners have offered to pay the England international a new deal, which would make him one of the club's best paid players, worth at least double his current 70 grand a week. And, you know, his agent is laughing because Kyle Edwards, Balogun, Saka, Eddie Nketiah, that agent is getting a decent commission this summer, ain't he? Really and truly. So, yeah, hopefully it moves in that. It's not over to the fat lady sings, but yeah, man. He said, yes, I share his confidence. I share that confidence. That is it. So, yeah, man, there's no need for Saka to talk on it. This is why you employ an agent. Let the agent deal with that. You focus on your football. Simple as that. Apparently, Pep's a massive fan of Saka. Obviously, the Pagans love our players. Martinelli's got a fan in Klopp. You know, Saka's got a fan in Pep. We got the streets, man. Certain youngsters are going on shit loan spells to Germany and that with a year left on their deal. I don't know for them 1v1 demons. I just know we got real guys out here. Top Blue, you had to catch a stray. So, yeah, man. That's where Saka is concerned. So let's hope that there's something positive in that regard. Obviously, apparently Newcastle trying to get Tielemans. Newcastle exploring the chance of signing Arsenal target Youri Tielemans from Leicester before Thursday's deadline, with Eddie Howe also keen on signing a defensive midfielder on loan before the windows. Tielemans, are you ongoing there? I mean, it might be one. It reminds me of when, do you remember when Zaha was trying to leave Palace one time? And then all the big clubs kind of said, forget it. And he's been linked with Chelsea and Arsenal again. And he was dead set to go Everton. It's just, you've burnt your bridges, so you just have to move for the sake of moving, really and truly. You're not trying to go out like Odinwingie and that. You just have to pattern something. I'm getting that. Obviously, Eddie Howe's a great manager. Newcastle are going to break into the top 6, top 4, top 2 in the near future, sooner rather than later, really and truly. So it's a good project. I don't know if it's a better project than Arsenal's or Man United's or Liverpool's or even Madrid on a free next year. I don't know. But yeah, man, obviously everyone's a fan of Tielemans, and, you know, we needed him on the best of days. With what's going on in midfield, we need this really and truly. The Foxes are yet to receive an offer they deem appropriate for the Belgium, despite the level of interest. Apparently, Liverpool have been reportedly monitoring. So we'll have to see, people. And obviously, Rodgers admits his squad are currently not stable due to the uncertainty around the number of players. So is he potentially the next gaffer to get clipped? I think I mentioned before that any environment to develop has to be stable. Our stability is not there. That will change when the window closes. There are players that maybe thought they were moving on, but they're not. Tielemans indirect. We haven't been able to get players in to improve. And then there are players in the last years of their contracts. We need to beat the drum collectively. Indirect central. We have talented players, but it doesn't count for anything if it's not done collectively. When the window closes, it should be done. So we're going to have to see what's going on in that regard. They're also looking at Douglas Luiz, who has interest from Liverpool, Newcastle, and Atletico Madrid, and previously Arsenal, but must not be involved. There's definitely a couple more Tielemans things to glide over, people, but let's just deal with what's in front of us. Patrick Vieira sends warning to Chelsea and Arsenal over Zaha transfer. I bet it's cap. I bet they're gassing it completely. He's dismissed speculation and he's got a year left on his deal. Apparently Chelsea are in the driving seat to sign him, people. I think there's no comment to be made on that. I see him training every day and he didn't mention nothing about leaving. He's always concentrated on performing well for this team because he wants to win games for this football club. There's a really nice relationship between this football team and Zaha. It's not going to stop now. So, yeah, put money down. You might get the guy. Allegedly, he spoke about his future. I didn't say that. I didn't see that. I mean, Zaha has insisted his focus hasn't been negatively impacted by renewed speculation that Arsenal and Chelsea are ready in bids, people. scrolling down to find out specifically what he is saying. Obviously, both teams tried to get Rafinha. Both teams have seen wingers leave the club, or where Chelsea's concerned, Hudson-Odoi's gone out on loan. Pulisic rumours. Ziyech might be going back to Ajax. I don't know. It's not been difficult at all. I've just been focused on Palace and every game, so it's not been difficult. And this is someone that's been linked with clubs several times. There was one time he was going Spurs, then he was going abroad, then he's going Chelsea, Arsenal. He's a seasoned vet in it. Like, you know, you're an experienced player. Just get on with your football. So I can't expect him to say anything different, especially because even so, whoever he's negotiating with, if he is, he's at pivotal hours. He might be signing a renewal for we know at Palace, but it makes no sense to talk on it. Let your agents do that. Talk with who needs to be talked with in the private and get on with it. So yeah, man, I've been focused on Palace in every game, so it's not been difficult at all. I go into training, I get on with it, and I enjoy it. So I've been focused. It's massive. We've got a massive understanding. Everyone literally understands me. It's different. It's hard to explain, but it feels like a family here. That's the understanding we have. Arsenal feels like that as well, but you know, it's pivotal years. Zaha, you're 29, turning 30, man. You know. It's not nothing. It could be worth trying to play in Europe or for a bigger team, but they worship you there. As much as I don't like using those things, they treat you like an idol, even though I don't advocate that. It could be worth seeing out your days there, but at some point, all you're gonna get at Crystal Palace is thank you for the memories and a handshake, and then you're gonna think, what if? So, do what you need to do in it. At some way, you know, before you blink, you're gonna be a granddad and telling your grandchildren and children about football memories. Don't have any regrets. All that can happen is you move to a team and it doesn't work out. In the grand scheme of things in life, okay, I've joined the football team, it don't work out. Let's try, especially when you're living your dream and you come from the reality that Zaha comes from, because anytime something negative, they're quick to try and dig through the man's dirty laundry. But anyways, Mudruk reacts to rumours of last-minute 30 million transfer to Arsenal. Well, apparently he hit the like button on Instagram, as you could probably see there. According to Fabrizio Romano yesterday, Everton tested the waters. That was turned down. Arsenal apparently in talk, so we'll have to see. But it all depends where you read, really. You know, where you read. Cutting off that for a second, apparently Arsenal turned to Weigl after 20 million Danilo bid as Mudruk negotiations continue. Weigl has not quite been the player a lot of us expected. Still decent, though. I'm just waiting for Arthur Melo links. Arsenal could turn their attention to Weigl as they braced themselves for disappointment after a 20 million for Palmeiras. For disappointment after a 20 million for Palmeiras midfielder Danilo. Crazy. Scrolling all the way down. We'll read through what Goal has to say with Danilo, but looking at Weigl. He moved in January 2020. He's done well, you know. He's been linked with a loan move to Gladbach. Apparently, reports claim that the potential deal may include a 13 million option to buy, and that's thought to have tempted Arsenal into hijacking this deal, with the club said to be resistant to offers for 20 to 25 million for Tielemans. So we'll have to see what happens in that regards, people. So let's see. But I mean, cut price is not going to break the bank, so it could be done, really. Liverpool and Arsenal could secure 12 million bargain, who Gunners were once quoted 55 million for. Who's this? Arsenal and Liverpool are both keen to solve their midfield woes with a signing, and they could be tempted to pursue Houssem Aouar. Lyon are willing to let the Frenchman leave this summer for a cut price deal. We know he's out of contract, and we know Arsenal have interest in him, and we know Liverpool got issues, but scrolling through this, it doesn't say that there's any concrete interest. It just leveraging the fact that there's a man's running down his contract and someone that's known in Europe, and both teams need for different types of midfielders, primarily, but different midfielders. So I don't really buy that, really and truly. Leicester set expectations for Arsenal. Liverpool target Tielemans and can hold out. Leicester are hoping to bring in 30 million. I mean, they're doing too much. Apparently, we wanted to pay 23 million. They're doing way too much. And, you know, maybe they deem, you know what, we might as well keep him. And that's our money well spent. If he helps us have a decent season and leaves for free, he's given us a number of years. It is what it is. Connor Harrison has said, Arsenal have just submitted a bid for Leicester City's Youri Tielemans, believed to be Donny say with a pinch of salt. Don't know. But yeah, apparently he's also said Arsenal have not bid for Mudruk as of yet, despite reports saying clubs close to agreeing a fee. Understand club want a midfielder first. And that was a follow-up tweet from when he said, as much as Arsenal like Mudruk, I'm told Arsenal don't value him at the 35 million he's being, quote, touted for. And we did hear rumours we're 10 million apart in our valuation. Liverpool, Newcastle, and Arsenal are the likely destinations for Tielemans should Leicester accept a fee. All three have expressed a desire to sign him, with 2 submitting bids. Cedric could be on his way out before deadline day. Please, 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 please. Arsenal not in for Gakpo, he said as well. So yeah, that's his 5 pence. Leicester have received a bid of 90 million for Youri Tielemans from a mystery club. Sources have told Football Insider Arsenal have been strongly linked with Tielemans all summer, while the player is keen on a move to the club. So let's get it going then, bro. Leicester have received a bid of 90 million from a mystery club, says Pete O'Rourke. That's the primary source. Fabrizio Romano's pouring cold water on things. Arsenal have not opened talks with Shakhtar for Mudruk. As revealed here on Monday, Arsenal follow Mudruk and had contacts on the player side, but there's no bid or any advanced negotiation. Brentford want him, but talks with Shakhtar are really complicated. But Shakhtar the next rejected Everton's offer as he wants to join Arsenal. Talks are ongoing, but low chances of a transfer this window allegedly. Again, he's in negotiations to sign for Arsenal in a deal worth around 30 million. The player's been offered a 5-year deal, so it all depends what you read. Until the player's holding the shirt, it's a thing where it all depends where you read. You know, you'll find whatever headline you want, essentially. You know, whatever headline you want, you'll find. So, and as I said, it just remains talking points. Nick Ames has said Arsenal have kept well on top of Mudruk's situation over the past couple of weeks, but at this point, a move is extremely unlikely, not impossible that he's a Prem player by the end of tomorrow, though, nonetheless, and he's got interest from Everton, Arsenal, and Brentford, so it doesn't specifically say if he's going to end up at Arsenal. Once again, you know, as already mentioned, Mudruk is in negotiations for the rival at Arsenal. Again, apparently 30 million euros and a 5-year deal has been offered to the player. Once again, apparently they rejected Everton's offer as he wants to join Arsenal. Talks are ongoing, but low chances, pardon me, this transfer window. I don't know if Nicola Myman's credible, but apparently he's getting closer to Arsenal for 30 million euros and again, 5-year deal. So it seems like all the journalists are saying the same thing. And apparently this guy's saying Shakhtar will not sell Mudruk except for a fee are clearly higher than 30 million. They want to keep him for the season. Apparently they've received an offer. Apparently it's Brentford. So yeah, Arsenal, however, are unlikely to go for the Ukrainian winger as they prioritize a replacement for El Nene. He remains on the shortlist though. Apparently Arsenal have passed on the option of signing Cody Gakpo. Southampton are in pole position, which you do see here. Saints probably the front runners to sign Gakpo, says BBC, according to the journalist Luke Edwards people. So yeah, he was linked with Arsenal, United, and Liverpool, and these clubs clearly don't think he's ready, and he's linked with the mid-tiers, if you could say that, the Everton, the Leeds, the Southampton. Southampton be a good club for you to grow and build with. Gakpo has been linked with Man United, and he was their backup if they didn't sign Anthony. He's that age range of a player that's done well. He's a Dutch international, made his debut for Holland last summer. I don't think he's the finished article, but what this has done has created a market for the player. Everton, Leeds, Arsenal, Wolves, and Man United showing interest in the Spurs clubs, but I can't tell you who it will be. It's a bit scattergun. I suspect Southampton are probably the front runners. And in a World Cup year, you're more likely to play there. Man United, you've got Rashford, Sancho, Martial, Ronaldo still there. Some might leave. Just spent the big bag on Anthony. Clearly, the manager wants him. Probably missing out someone else. You know, Alanga's there. Whether you're going to play up front or whatnot, there is game time. But are you going to play at Arsenal? There's a hella options. Southampton, you're going to play, and in a World Cup year, you need minutes, and it looks like it's kind of peak if you're one of them Dutchmen and you're not playing, because it looks like Van Gaal's not on taking you. Ainsley Maitland-Niles is a loan option for Newcastle. Nottingham Forest all complicating factors now. There's been injuries to Arsenal midfielders Thomas Partey and obviously Mohamed El Nene. Sassuolo apparently are looking at Bellerin as well as Barcelona, really, and the longer it kind of gets on, we're at where we're at right now. We've been linked with Jeremy Pino as well. I don't know if Ben Jacobs is the most creditable. Shout out Gal for getting him on the channel. He has said, I think Pino is not impossible at all. Gakpo, I've never heard too much substance with Arsenal. Pino is the interesting one. It might not be this window, but the interest is concrete and it's just about timing. The opportunism to move is on the price. The release clause is 67.5 and Villarreal have financial woes. So a few clubs are considering whether or not it could be a cut price deal. If they don't move now, it could be one for the future, but would the price be when they come back? So we'll have to see what that one is saying. Apparently, Arsenal and Barca are finalising details over the sale of Hector Bellerin. which apparently Gerard Romano has reported. Again, get his 110k wages off the bill. Simple as that. Arsenal should be trying to get a fee, but right now, just move my man on in it. Arsenal make £20 million bid for Palmeiras' Danilo, people. The tendency is for people from Sao Paulo to refuse the offer from English football. The president only releases by means of termination of €100 million. So again, they want to sell him for something stupid. We've made a bid, it was delivered, and it's been rejected. Allegedly, Google Translate isn't helping us. We know we're looking for a midfielder. The Gunners are willing to invest in the search for reinforcements in the final stretch of the window. Paqueta was considered, but the values were discarded, and obviously he's gone to West Ham now. Milan from Italy are also monitoring Danilo, the 21-year-old. The club has already contacted the player staff in order to know his situation. However, no proposal has been presented so far, as the report learned. And again, as someone said, Palmeiras are fighting for the league and they're doing what they're doing. And obviously, it's a World Cup year. And they probably want replacements. It's a techie situation, really and truly. But he seems to be doing quite well. If we've done our due diligence, get him signed up, really. Simple as that. Part A is what it is with Thomas, man. Ain't no one trying to hear any of that again, man. We don't know why this is froze, but anyways, we'll look at that later. What's Mikel Arteta said on the challenge of Aston Villa. I watched the Premier League teams and how physical Villa are. Every game here is a battle for everybody, and we don't expect anything different. Villa are a top team. They have a big squad, top quality players, and a good manager. We expect a difficult game here on Wednesday. We'll watch this Fulham game and start to analyse them. Obviously, since we played each other, they haven't changed that much. We'll play towards the games and prepare as well as possible, but they're a really physical team with a lot of presence who are really good at using the box, and it'll be tough. And we're without our physical people, so it's a bit of a madness, really. When asked on Zinchenko and Partey, I hope he's playing a bit of games with Zinchenko. He said, I don't think so. We still have to make another scan, especially on Thomas, to see the length. Pause. But I don't think they'll be available. It's a similar area to the one that kept Partey out last season, but hopefully not as bad. Obviously, we've taken 12 from a potential 12. The most pleasing thing is the performances with the results, the way we are playing, what we transmit as a team, and that we're getting that into winning football. To improve, there's room individually and collectively in many areas that we have to do. Amen, Gaffer. Amen. So yeah, Odegaard spoke on Gerrard as a manager and as a player. I watched him a lot, and the same as Mikel. You're capping about Mikel, bro. I can't lie to you. You're capping about Mikel. But yeah, I don't care enough to hear what he said about them, because Gerrard's always sending for us and acting up, really and truly. But with that seems to be all of the transfer news, really, that seems to be surrounding our club. I mean, I'm going to spin the block in a second for that, but yeah, that seems to be that right now, though, folks. So yeah, one love to you lot tuned in. Keep smashing the like button. Keep your opinions coming. Let's have another butchers, mate. Let's have another butchers of what's been said here. Watch the game today and you'll see process. Villa is better than Fulham, so no win today. I hope that's not sure. It's mad how certain men don't rate Gakpo when they haven't seen him, but give Anthony mad love without watching him full. Yet Gakpo's overall output is much better. Who really took the bid on Tielemans? Not a clue. We know Paqueta plays for West Ham. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Blood type Arsenal, big up yourself. Where are you from? Hit me up with social media contacts, please. I'm from London, and you can see that my social media contacts in the bio of all my videos. But yeah, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. DeludedGuna04. I've just posted it there. And I mean, he said it's a physical threat, and we know this. We're gonna have to get on with it, really. We're gonna have to get on with it. Villa have a really dynamic midfield, which they do. If our midfield is not up to scratch, it's gonna be a long game at the Emirates. We're gonna need our crowd, bro. We're gonna need our crowd, because is what it is. I'd love to wake up tomorrow and have our midfielders come in and we've addressed certain areas, but you know, we keep doing the same things, and we can't. I can't continue to be surprised if we keep doing the same thing over and over again, innit? And apparently, for what it's worth, following up. In fact, is the Guardian free? Yeah, it is. Transfer news is not quite done yet, where Mudruk is concerned, people. Man said, bye, Cedric, don't let the door hit you on the way out. Let's remove this. Brentford ready to break transfer record to sign Shakhtar's Mudruk. And it might be, there's lower expectations on Brentford. They've got a good development there. You're going to play more games. And at the end of the day, if they're actually putting money on the table and Arsenal have only spoke with their advisors, so there's a level of interest, but not enough to get him done, and our priorities are elsewhere, he's only going to end up in one place. Brentford, and they tried to get him in Jan. Brentford are renewing attempts to sign Mudruk from Shakhtar before Thursday's transfer deadline after seeing earlier offers rejected. He's lightning quick, and apparently the 21-year-old forward can play across the front line. As we know, people, Brentford had an offer rejected, and apparently it's understood that Shakhtar are seeking at least 30 million. So we're going to have to see. Brentford's prospects may be helped by the fact Arsenal, who had been monitoring Mudrik's situation closely in recent weeks, have called their interest. They explored the conditions for a potential deal, but will not be pursuing one in this window. Although Mikel Arteta would like cover out wide, a midfielder will be their priority. Arsenal continue to wait on the severity of the injury Mohamed El Nene sustained against Fulham on Saturday, and fitness concerns regarding Partey add to the concerns in that area, people. Apparently, this has said he was close to joining Leverkusen this summer. And at the end of the day, he's got Champions League football with Shakhtar, people. But apparently he is understood to be keen on a move to Brentford, which is also in London. But Brentford got to put down the racks. So, yeah. Put down the money, you get your player. Don't put down the money, you don't get your player. Simple as that. No one wants to sell good players necessarily. No one wants to sell an item that everybody wants, per se. Once again, Arsenal have been warned that Palmeiras have no plans to sell midfielder Danilo before the transfer window shuts on Thursday. That was not backed by Palmeiras. They will only sanction a sell if his 86 million release clause for foreign suitors is met, people, which is fugazi. In fact, well, you could see the article yourself. I didn't even know there was an article. The Weigl fired Danilo transfer warning after fresh approach made for the Palmeiras midfielder. We've been warned that they have no intentions to sell, as we clearly know. They're reluctant to sell. They're currently competing to retain the Copa Libertadores. Danilo is admired by other clubs, not just Arsenal, with AC Milan. Gazidis must be still logging into his Arsenal ID on the intranet, because it seems like AC Milan are never too far behind, people. So let's see what's going on there. But yeah, man, it's that's what they've said there. I don't know what to draw there. We'll have to see. In that regards, looks like Marquinhos and Miguel Aziz will be in the squad tonight. We'll have to see. But yeah, there's nothing amazing there. What else is going on? So yeah, man, is what it is. And, the way Marquinhos is moving, he probably gets his opportunity in the Europa League. Arsenal made their move for Tielemans. Nothing from Newcastle at the moment, allegedly. So, yeah, man, it seems like Danilo, Saka, new contract. That seems to be it, really. Don't seem like there's anything groundbreaking or any of that, really. So, it's not over to the fat lady sings, but she's definitely doing her rehearsals, people. She's definitely hearing the background music, and we probably are an hour before the general public are allowed to come into the concert and see Susan Boyle, really. So, yeah, it's Mazzolini. Start Miguel Aziz in midfield, give you a chance. And when he messes up, you're going to be the first to go onto him. You can't, no. If you're saying that, you're not watching Miguel Aziz. It's nothing to do with him being a bad footballer or anything. You're not watching it. Love DG. Got hit with 2 earthquakes today where I'm living on the 3rd floor as well. So I had to just firm it in, inshallah. Stay safe, my guy. Hope you and your loved ones are safe than anyone else going through that. I mean, Gerard thinks he's 30, man. He thinks he's mad 30. I think that's all she wrote for this window. It's getting there, bro. It's getting there. We should go all in for Tielemans now. I hear that. Bro, I'm an Arsenal fan from Germany since 10 years. Now I'm 19 and I want to go to Emirates. Where can I get tickets for the lowest price? I don't know about lowest price, but go on the ticket exchange. Again, I don't know if there's any foreign companies or people that help foreigners find tickets. I just know there's a lot of scumbags that try and finesse people for their money. So I'll advocate ticket, unless you know someone that you trust. Like literally, if anything goes wrong, you're turning up at their yard and saying, "Where's the bread?" ticket exchange. Like, don't do it. If you got a pattern, do it. But I wouldn't be going on social media. There's some scumbags out there, for real, man. We didn't need Paqueta. Lots of coverage in that area and too expensive. I somewhat agree, but can always make exceptions for wavy players, man. I mean, we was never going to go for Paqueta. We signed Fabio over here. We got Zinchenko, Odegaard, and Smith Rowe. They can all kind of occupy the same areas of him. We was never going to do it. For me, anyways. Mudruk is an exceptional talent. We need to get him because 2 or 1 maybe seasons down the line, he'll be a world-class player. Mark my words. 30 mil is a steal for him because he'll be worth double, if not triple, next season. I'm not saying you're wrong, Tommy, but what's his weaknesses? Pick up yourself. I said, go and drum your drum elsewhere if you don't like the channel, Sandy. Hey, Sandy must have said something mad. Danilo looks like a myth. Tielemans isn't good enough for Arsenal. I highly doubt he's even better than Xhaka. He doesn't even perform that well. Hasn't been performing for 2 seasons. I don't understand the hype for him. A bit harsh. Some Ukrainian brother. Anyone can be injury prone in the Prem. Partey's injury record was clean pre-Premier League. That's true, but I can only deal with what you're doing in an Arsenal shirt and say what's going wrong. Arteta prime suspect in organising attack on Aubameyang. Obviously joking and wishing well. I chill out, man. Dude is just reading articles. Of course. What do you want me to do, mate? Like, what do you want me to do? Do I look like some Indano? That's the whole point. We talk, we read the articles, and we do what we're doing, innit? You know? Brownie points. Everyone clap your hands for Captain Obvious. Well done, drums. Well done. Well done. Love to bang your girl's drum. Wait, is that a girl? Oh, I was about to say, you're fucking hideous if you was. Jesus. I'm a YouTuber now. I got to act a bit more bushy. Jesus. Allow me. Can't lie. We defo need a backup for Saka. Played a bit too much games for his age. Don't want a Jackson Wilshere situation. With Odegaard on demon form, he can carry midfield by himself. Yeah, trust. He's unbelievable. His confidence is on high level. So glad we still display. He's lit, man. DG, if I could be Arteta, I'd be fuming right now to the team's doctors for the fitness of these players. They're going to cost him a job. The season just started, but we're already crying for defensive mid. According to Talk Shite, Aubameyang has suffered a broken jaw from the attack. Obviously, first things first, we hope Aubameyang and his family are well and safe. You know, again, I hope the physical wounds heal, and I definitely more so, I hope the mental wounds heal, because again, you know, it's a bit of a madness, and you are seeing a lot of things with footballers. Like, isn't the other day Lewandowski? I don't know if he was driving out of training or whatever, but I don't even know if they got the watch, but someone tried something there. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Just as long as his family and kids, them and himself are safe, man. Shout out St. Lucia in the building, man. What with fans, they don't know that it only takes one game for an unknown guy in football to become world-class and a known player. I wouldn't say one game, but I get the point. Man said I'm taking Curtis Shaw over Havertz any day. Proper gunman. Come on. When Arsenal lose off, bro, if we lose against Villa and we ain't signing no one, social media is going to be crazy. It's not going to be nice. I'd love for him to I would love for him, Lokonga, to have a masterclass, because it puts our minds to ease, and also for his confidence. Mudruk is a I think you mean a prospect for the future, but he needs some time adapting. Exactly. Because he's saying people that are drawing conclusion and are hyping the lad. I'm not saying he's not good. They're going to be the same ones saying he's shit. Again, for those of you that are telling me he's going to be world-class and things like that, I don't doubt you. I'm just asking, what's the man's weaknesses? What games was there adversity? What games could he have improved on? What does he need to improve on? If you can't answer that, and there's nothing wrong with that, you don't know the player. Arsenal has gone back to panic buy settings. Man, effing like it feels like a good day today. Feels like. Appreciate that. Gakpo does look like he's getting Southampton. You could play Smith Rowe as an advanced 8, but how fit is he? You know what a masterclass for Lokonga means in relation to the transfer market. I mean, fans get gassed. You get too gassed. And you're right. You are right. You do know what it means. We started the window well, but ultimately, if we get in the players we definitely need, then it's a... I think you mean if we don't get in the players we definitely need, then it's a failure and probably will cost our season again. Ben White can play in midfield. Mudruk can play in a 10. DG stay focused. Thoughts on Vieira starting and Xhaka moving to defensive mid. For me, I don't know with Fabio Vieira and Smith Rowe, where are their fitness levels? That's the thing. Because El Nene weren't playing. He played a long period of time and he's pulled up with a hamstring injury. That could happen to other Dons as well. So you might have to just throw Lokonga in there. But I would like, for me, I'd be putting Odegaard there, insert Smith Rowe into the 10 role, and then see what we're doing. Youngest squad in the league, and yet people say the manager doesn't trust youth. Big up DG. I respect the work ethic. Appreciate that, T. Here we go, DG on the drums. I'm here for it. You lot kill me, man. Any done deal? Do you see anyone on Arsenal.com holding the shirts? Ticket exchange just for peace of mind. But Aziz can be on the bench, but man, I'm saying start. It's the same people saying, oh, Putnell and Coffee shouldn't have went out on loan. He could have started against Newcastle. When these man get collapsed, then what? Like when these, I'm all for playing them. You have to get collapsed as a footballer, as a young one to learn. But they're not ready. Like they're not ready. They're not, and it's more of a mental thing as well than anything. Aziz, and even if Aziz can play as a 6, but if he was gonna get put in right now, you'd want your young man to have as least responsibilities, definitely in the midfield, as possible. You more want him to do what the collective thing has to do. So you'd more probably need Odegaard and Xhaka to be a bit more disciplined. Bro, how can I get a job and I'm 18? Apply, man. Think outside the box. You know, one thing I used to do, obviously, if you're just looking for any job, then just hit up everywhere. But I would say what helped me is flipping. One sec. Oh, say, what was I talking about, blood? Yeah, the job thing. Just apply for jobs, bro. Just apply for jobs. Think outside the box. What I would say as well, find managers of companies, bro. LinkedIn, Twitter, hit them up, hit the decision makers up perfectly, man. Think outside the box, though. You lot kill me, man. Anyways, man, did you see Zaha after the draw? He was unhappy. He was vexed, blood. He was vexed. Odegaard isn't built to play that far back. Why? Why can't Odegaard play as an 8? One day, why can't Odegaard play as 8? Why? I'm just conversation. Why? Has he got awareness in the middle of the park? Yep. Can he be a creative hub of the team? Yep. Can he break the lines? Yep. Does he run around? Yep. Is he aware of his surroundings? Yep. Is it 10 all day? Can play as 8. Smith Rowe long term could play as 8. Fabio Vieira could play as 8. Of course, we'd all be happy if Bellerin started over Brooknell and Coffee, but let these men develop. Smith Rowe isn't built to play 90 minutes. His physical attributes are his weaknesses. What do you mean? But then again, what winger is there that doesn't have a physical problem that can be worked on? I mean, if you're talking about he needs to bulk up, that's great. But what else does he do? Does he play with his head down? What's his weaker foot like? What's his movement like? What's his defensive actions like? How does he react away from home when things have gone wrong? How good is he in tight spaces? How good is he on the counter-attack? How good is he when he's being played against some of the best fullbacks in that league? What's his heading like? What's his marking like from set pieces? Physical's a very broad term. If you're talking go gym and that, I hear that. But what else? Can't just be that. It can't. That young 21-year-old cannot be so perfect at everything at this moment in time that he just needs to go gym. I hear that. But Odegaard gets about. Like, you saw defensive. Obviously, I don't actually like him in the box because he's conceded a penalty against United. But you saw the moment against Fulham when we went from one box to the other. We went from one box to the other. Who were the only two players there? Odegaard's the one that's made the tackle / my man from the Fulham left wingers dropped. Who else is there? Tierney. Odegaard had a blinder as an 8. Liverpool away. He must have forgot that performance. I'm not saying it's the answer, but bro, Bernardo Silva, David Silva, Santi Cazorla, if you're an intelligent man, you can do this thing, which I think Odegaard is. I think Odegaard could sacrifice his game individually to a degree to give us greater collectively. We might lose more of that frequent pretty play on the edge of the area and things like that, and the link up with Saka. But I think you could be not Santi Cazorla. He was a different gravy guy, but you could do it in your own way. There's no way in earth that he cannot play as an 8. I want Neves too, but you need peas, man. You need peas, man. You make complete sense, deluded. Careful, Paul. You know, some people say, oh, it's appropriate name, mate, or you're not so deluded. Just wish I had £1 for every time. Moral of the story is people going to talk, just keep moving, man. No them way there. But big up you lot. And again, the talking points, etc. It's amazing. Thank you very much for you lot have alerted me to apparently Fabrizio Romano has said something. Again, it looks like where Ainsley, Maitland-Niles is concerned, people, it seems like there's progress. Southampton are closing in on Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Deal is set to be completed on loan with a buy option as Arsenal contract will be extended, rightly so. Talks on going on the player side, their medical soon to get deal done. Safe, brother. That's not Southampton isn't too far from London. Put yourself in the shop window, which you failed to do at West Brom and Roma. Keep it moving, keep it pushing. It is what it is. And I'm a happy man, if I'm completely honest with you. Another timestamp. Love for that, people. Wish I had £1 every time. That be running in my head rent free almost every other day. Have you seen Mudruk's Wicker page? Brentford fans got pants. Football fans in general, man. These men are on bands. He's a Ukrainian footballer who plays as a winger for Brentford. He was wanted by Arsenal, but chose instead to go to a bigger team like Brentford with more chance of reaching the Champions League. Fair enough, Brentford. He must have finished ahead of us last year. Big up DG. I see you at Carnival too. What's that? I don't know, bro. That's a catfish. That won't be. I don't do that. Damn, got caught. Damn, I know exactly the moment you're talking about. Hey, don't worry me, man. It's my twin. It's Bergerac. They're trying to bandulu us with Saka extension on deadline day instead of signings, probably. Odegaard is not that big, but he's all over the pitch, and Odegaard has that engine. For me, in an ideal world, I would actually like a 30 midfielder. Like, let's just say Thomas Partey, that's a 30 midfielder. Odegaard can play there, and maybe another Smith Rowe gets in there with number 10. Or you have 2 8s and Odegaard plays as that. Pardon me. Youri Tielemans is available if the club meets Leicester asking price before deadline day, namely 25 million, according to Rob Dorset Sky. The Belgian has less than a year left on his contract. Crazy, man. AP, man. Hey, DM me on Instagram or something, man. DM me on Instagram. When you say walk on, you look at the paparazzi thing, man. Everyone needs to calm down to the window ends. Amani, you're right, but don't it close in September the 1st, bro, ain't it? 31st of August and that. Like, you're right, but it's getting on a bit, aren't we? Ainsley going, surely we're getting someone. I hope so as well. Saka new deals like a new signing. Wenger. Wenger, man. Feel like Arteta's plan has always been to make Odegaard an 8. Please, who we sign, I don't know, man. One more left, Bellerin. Southampton doing the business right now. They just got 2 youths from City and moving on Gakpo. I mean, that Lavia guy is not going to be there long, is he? At all. It's panic station. We always take too long with our transfer processes. It's Kalas, man. Arsenal be like McDonald's. We've got McDonald's at home. Don't worry, son. To be fair, that's a good mentality to have in life, man. I wish I had that, man. Pockets would be a lot better. Eight more likes until 300. You lot are moving crazy. What time is the Arsenal stream? Hey, Joseph, my guy, you set me up perfectly for that, you know. We got that telepathic play where we're coming like Saka and Odegaard. You knew. But yeah, obviously 6:30, hour before kickoff. Before that, 4:30, we'll play Football Manager very quickly. I feel like I've been acting up in it, so I have to put the hours in, man. I'll play midfield if they need me. Just let me finish my kebab. I shout to Trinidad. Shout Trinidad on Independence Day. Come on. Thank you for Carnival. I can't let as much as obviously Jamaica worldwide influence and that. You knew Arsenal had to give us our shirt. You get me? The landlords of the West Indies, shout out Barbados as well. But Carney is their thing. Carnival is their thing. Should have done an inspired Trini one, but imagine at halftime we revealed Tielemans. I don't know. Still, get all the roties out, man. Get all the roties out, man. And I mean, Skeng is always bigging up Trinidad, so that's good with me, mate. That's good with me. Bit more info. Arsenal, where's this come from? Arsenal have offered 20 million, including add-ons, guaranteed amount 15 million bid submitted via intermediaries who's working on the. Where's that come from, bro? Bro. It's a bit mad now, isn't it? Out of all other options, that's the only sentence that's staying with me. Out of all other options, raw. Nah, man. The Edu I saw in All or Nothing. It's a game. It's a lie. The Edu I saw in All or Nothing. The Arteta I saw in All or Nothing. I know you're not letting me go out like that. I know we're not going out like that. I don't know what midfielder, but I know we're not going out like that. Don't do that, please. I was doing way too much, man. Way too much. Way too much. I'd take current Arteta over Sambi. Sambi, man. Shout out St. Lucia as well, man. Yeah, Junior, where did you get that from? Because please, Arsenal, don't move like that, man. It's a lie, man. It's a game, man. I'm just gonna keep telling myself that Fabio Vieira come out of nowhere. Arsenal must have something else planned. Big up Ainsley Maitland-Niles as well, but him and his partner gave, well, he didn't give birth, but his partner gave birth to his son. Wasn't it Ainsley's birthday as well? See, go and sign for Southampton permanently and do your thing. Life must be, but mashallah, man. Shout out the dads out there. Must be a different feeling seeing you eat, you know. Fuck, you know. Fuck that, though. I ain't having no kids right now, though. Fuck that, man. Fuck them little careers, man. Anyways, well, then he's gone, boy. Serious bandage. Shout out El Nene, man. Soon back. But yeah, he's peak for El Nene, man. Look, it's a mad thing. Well, it's all crazy right now then concerning Arsenal, ain't it? People. 300 likes. Thank you very much, people. Pick up yourself, my dude. My man said uncle. Loan deals are the answer now, my G. Then after January, World Cup pickup. Bro, if you ain't got the bread in January, it's a myth. I'm not, I big up you, but I'm not in loans and them Banduli ones. It is what it is, but fuck that, lad. It's all of that, bro. Fuck that. Carl Walker Peters and Lavia won't be long at the Saints. Some will take them soon. We was linked with Carl Walker Peters. Carl Lavia linked with Bear, man. I'd say the one for the summer for me was Rafinha still. Gnabry, if I do the heart thing, but the Gnabry run, I didn't believe it. When Ornstein was doing the, Arsenal are serious about Rafinha, I was thinking, raw. And I remember when my faith went, I remember in the fine print of the article we read, I think you can go back and see it. It said, pardon me, Chelsea is his second choice after Barca. That's where the dream died. But up until that article, the Rafinha thing was lit. Man, we're bringing up, Arteta shook his hand at the Emirates or something. You know they're working on someone coming in, but when it's time to show your hand, they will. I hope so, bro. If they don't show their hand, it's peak. We might not even have any hands right now. It's peak, scary. So let's just be calm. You know, it's not over to the fat lady sings. Let's give the club the luxury of, 11 p.m. the 1st of September. Let's give the club that luxury. But yeah, I don't know. Let's. You lot are saying Con Marble Halls again. Connor Harrison, I'm rooting for you. You know, I trust you for some reason. I don't know you from nowhere, and I don't trust people I don't trust. So make sure this info is certain, bro. Like, much people on the streams probably followed your thing because of me. But anyways, he has said Arsenal have submitted 20 million, including add-ons. Guaranteed. One love for you lot, making sure we didn't miss that, by the way. Guaranteed amount 15 million, submitted via intermediaries, who's working on the deal. Arsenal happy to wait for him, trying to force Leicester to lower the price. Player wants Arsenal move out of all other options. Still no outcome. Peak. Oh, I read that wrong. Okay. So there is other options. But yeah, that's where he's concerned. Let me update that timestamp as well, because I hate when the viewing experience gets collapsed for you lot. Yeah, man. Tielemans, Danilo, and Mudruk before the deadline day would be calm, kind of meaty, but calm. I hear that. I agree with you. So many people make statements about players they've needed, and there's nothing wrong. You know, there's nothing wrong with saying I've got limited knowledge. I've seen this. If you know him, talk your thing. But no one's got to be an expert on all these thingamajigs, man. It's long, bro. You know in your heart you're capping. So yeah, one love, Davey and Junior for that one, man. I like how Okapi is. He's actually a North Londoner. He played for the Scum, but he's actually a North Londoner. I think he went Greg City. I must admit, while I like Saka, Smith Rowe, and Eddie, I need a real North Londoner. You could, well, I'll extend the catchment area. You can come from Waltham Cross all the way to, Manor House / Stoke Newton / Stamford Hill, man. We could claim that that's the north side of Hackney. Chelsea had 5 losses all of last season. They already have 2 this season. By God's grace, that continues. DG dreaming of a 10-game spell where none of our main players break down. The dream is free, as you say. Come on, everyone's saying they're watching. Unless you're Ukrainian or you got some Buki television set, you're not watching Ukrainian week in, week out. You might have bucked him in the Champions League, the occasional game, but you're capping, man. I mean, why would Leicester sell him now? They can't replace him this late in the window, D. That's true, but Leicester's team looks a bit different. They look like they needed to get rid of a lot, and yeah, man, it's peak for them. But they might just let him run down his contract. So here we go, South London. South London was so important, was so amazing. Blah 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 blah. Listen, big up South London, but if you lot were so good, why the bloody hell you did Arsenal move all the way to my side of the river? Did they, mate? That, man. Here we go. Smash the likes, get it up to 200 for transfer news, subscribe and road to 55. I think we even got to 300 still, man. We're doing mad. You lot are moving, man. Appreciative to you lot, man. I'd love Pedro Neto, but in this case, you might just have to leave that one there alone now, man. It's gone, bro. It's gone. Man said Neymar. He's been linked with Chelsea, which I'm kind of scared. Arsenal have a signing coming. I hope so. Signing subjective. I just hope that whoever signed, they're not injured as well. I swear we signed Kim Kallstrom when he was injured. No one does banter like Arsenal. But yeah, people, I'm just conscious of time. Obviously, I'm going to cut up this clip. I'm going to end this live stream. And then, obviously, I'm going to go gym very quickly before 4:30, where I'll be on Twitch. We'll be playing Football Manager and just talking football, really. And then 6:30, we're doing up this, people. So yeah, make sure you're here for that one. You set your reminders, you hit the like button, you boost the engagement. So I can't lie, this should take you to that landing page, if I'm honest with you. I don't want to leave you out. So last question. Hey, DG, Danilo and Mudruk would be a great end to the window. Tielemans in Jan. Probably not the most amazing, but we're therefore a bit stronger, man. Man said daily reminder, Havertz is a dead baller. No, Havertz ain't dead. Just the next Ozil comments. The problem is with him and a lot of these footballers, everyone can play everywhere, but they're not like, you're not a 10 that can play out wide and things like that. Everybody can play everywhere, but they're not amazing there necessarily, if that makes sense. Yeah. Oh, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. We still love South Londoners, but yeah, on a serious note, you lot stay blessed, stay safe, continue to have a great week. And I'll catch you lot at 4:30 and 6:30 and so on and so forth, people. Watch alongs are back. This video, when it's done on YouTube, will take you to that landing page. Twitch gang, make sure you set your reminders. Peace.
So there's always just that active red flag defenders. I think it's like there's always just that active red flag defenders. I think it's like
Tongue